Good evening, everybody. It is Steve with Real Progressives. It's a late night stream because that's what I got time for tonight. Folks, we got to see Joy tonight just go bonkers. Wonderful stream by Joy. Savage Joy, going savage. And we had Zach Haller. And now I'm going to put a bow on this for myself. This is very important to me that I make this statement. For the last 2 years plus, Real Progressives has tried to stay true. We haven't deviated. We haven't changed up. We've stayed the course. No matter what the headline was, we have stayed true, and we have tried desperately to bring you actionable truth. We have literally put up with more shit. No joke. We have put up with more shit for telling the truth than I can even... unbelievable amounts of freaking character assassinations, non-stop bullshit, because we have told the truth and we stood by it, because we were unapologetic in telling the truth, and because we absolutely refused to sit there and allow people to derail us. Horrible shit was said about us. Horrible things were said about every one of us, especially myself. And for years now, I have come in here 7 days a week pulling this shit. Let me tell you, we fought day in and day out for Bernie Sanders, even when it looked completely and utterly impossible. We fought round the clock every single day, trying to do whatever we could in our own little way to help get Bernie Sanders elected. We tried to help raise funds. We tried to help phone bank. We did live streams. We covered events. We did everything under the sun, creating memes, graphics, share, you name it. Whatever we could do. Went to marches, went to every event we could get our feet on the ground for. And then, as we've gone through, the things that we said then and the things that we will say in the future will remain fact-based, they will remain truthful, and they will remain steadfast. You don't have to worry that we are going to go ahead and do something out of character. We're staying in character because we're doing what we believe is right. And it doesn't matter. You know, we got like 117,000 people that follow us. 117,000. And for the last 2 months, we have gone up to 118,000, 117,000, 118,000, 117,000, because every single time we tell the truth, whether it be about the Green Party and their economics and the lack thereof, or whether it be about the Democratic Party and how they shafted Bernie, or whether it be about economics that most people can't stand to hear about. Whatever it is, we stay true and we keep driving the shit home. And we're going to keep driving this shit home. And I would rather have 100,000 people and lose 17,000 of people that can't handle hearing the truth than have bloated numbers with a bunch of people that need a pat on the back and a kiss on the cheek. We've already found out what we already knew. The primaries were rigged against Bernie. What we didn't know was how vital the Hillary Victory Fund was in terms of paying off the superdelegates, in terms of paying off the entire DNC to make sure that Queen Hillary was anointed. Well, the anointed one couldn't get past Donald fucking Trump. The anointed one couldn't get past Donald fucking Trump. And just for good measure, I want you all to see this. I came complete with my Bernie shirt, my Bernie sweatshirt tonight, just as a memorial to what we went through. Now, I got to tell you straight up, and I want to be real honest about this. As we go into this next phase, we're not going to pull punches. We are going to continue to say things you're not going to like. Or we're going to continue to say things that other people won't like. We're going to continue to tell the truth no matter how many enemies it makes us, even within the movement. Even within the movement. And the reason for that is because it doesn't do me any good to walk off the cliff and fall down into a fucking cesspool of lava and die just so I can be part of the gang and help get progressives elected. Because I'm telling you right now, what you see with the DNC is the same shit that we will see with the new wave of progressives if we are not very careful and if we do not focus on what it takes to actually get this shit done. No joke. I'm telling you right now, the rising of Stephanie Kelton all over the freaking interwebs is helping us immensely. Once again, proving validity in every fucking word I've said about economics. Not some of the words, every motherfucking word I've said has been straight to the fucking point. And I'm telling you right now, there's a reason why we keep saying it. Because we want you and us and our children to have a better life. And I'm telling you right now, the truth is not always going to be rosy. It's not always going to be what you want to hear. But I promise you, as my little son, Mr. Butters, the little boy who I love more than anything in this world, I look at him and I know what we're fighting for, you're fighting for, I'm fighting for, this movement is fighting for. And I look at him and I know for a fact that if we don't stay true and if we don't fight through this thing, no matter what the fuck they throw at us, no matter how weak some of our people in our own movement get because we tell it to you just a little bit too strong. If we tell it to you just a little bit too strong, that's okay, because I assure you, there's not an ounce of fake in us. There's not 1 ounce of fake or fraud in us. Every fucking thing that we come forward with is right from the fucking heart. Every single bit of it is passion, and every bit of it is out of love. Even the anger, even the rage is out of love. Love for my child, love for my children, love for our planet, and love for people that I can't stand. Do you know that? I love people I can't stand. I know that sounds crazy, but I love people who I absolutely wouldn't piss on their head to put out a fire. But I still love them because I want everybody to be able to be a success, and I want everybody to survive and thrive, even if I can't stand you. Even if I can't stand them, I want them to survive and thrive. Because here's the thing, and this is the truth. For 40 plus years, this country has been lied to in a way that is unconscionable. And it's even longer than that, because you can go back to FDR. And I love FDR for some things, but the man lied a lot to us. We have been lied to for a very long time. Well before I was born, our government has been in the propaganda business for as long as history can tell. Going all the way back to when we started colonizing the United States, going back to England, going back to Europe, going back to friggin' everywhere else, we have been liars. And I'm telling you, our history is one big pile of lies. And let me tell you, we have been so programmed over the last 40 years in particular with the neoliberal scourge that is fucking us up still, that it's no wonder most people don't understand. It's no wonder that most people don't understand. And so as much as it makes me angry and I rage on because they don't understand and because they've adopted myths and legends to fill voids where the truth would do better. The truth is a scarce commodity right now. You can't find it anywhere. It's hard as fuck to find it on any of the mainstream media, and it's even harder to find in the alternative media, because much of the alternative media is trying to create a narrative that gets them likes and clicks. And I'm telling you right now, I looked back, this is no joke, I looked back at some screenshots of my old live streams back when it was all about Bernie and so forth. Some of my live streams had like 1.8 thousand likes on it. 1.8 thousand. Seen 180,000 times. Between Facebook algorithms and people's sensitive feelings. People being overly sensitive and overly protective of their precious parties, be it the Green Party, who is unbelievably protective. You can't say any critique of the Green Party or the Green Party people lose their minds. And the Democrats, oh my God, and the Bernie-crats, God love you. Remember, I got Bernie on here. If I dare say anything about St. Bernard, the Bernie-crats lose their mind. We tell the truth, even if it fucks us, even if it hurts. We tell the truth. And I'm telling you right now, you all, you, every one of you out there, owe it to yourself to put your own best interests and our movement's best interests ahead of any party, any politician, or any personality. Your job as a revolutionary, as a person within this movement, is to place truth above all else. Your job is to viciously and ferociously and diligently seek truth wherever it takes you. Do not try to stop the process. Do not get scared and say, oh no, the truth will make me gay, or something like that. Accept wherever the truth leads you and embrace truth. Stop trying to cut things off in the short circuit. Too many people say, oh my God, the truth is leading me away from where I want to be, so I can't handle that, so I've got to stop it. Truth is a brutal, brutal purveyor of what really is going to happen. That's the thing. Truth really happens. The fairy tales we tell ourselves in our head are the things that we block truth with. And then we allow the media to fuck us too. My friends, Real Progressives has fought tooth and nail for you, even if you thought we were assholes. Even if you didn't like what we were saying. I promise to God, we have been digging as hard as we can for truth. And we're going to keep doing that. Today, with this Donna Brazil email, or the article in Politico for her book, Donna Brazil is a freaking hillbot shill, no matter how much venting of her spleen she did. No matter how much pouring of the heart she did. She is a shill of a shill of a shill. And that will never change. None of those folks, Elizabeth Warren, I better never hear anybody prop her up and say, hey, I'm a Liz Warren wing Democrat. No. Elizabeth Warren is nothing but a sellout. Elizabeth Warren left us all high and dry at the altar. And here we are all this time paying for her lies. She could have stepped up, and she could have made it incredibly impossible for them to get away with what they did. But unfortunately, she didn't. She went along to get along. And that is the problem, my friends, with party politics. When you have to place the party ahead of truth, you've already lost. You've already lost. There is no gain to be had by the lie. And what do we as voters get for being true to a party that doesn't have our best interest at heart? And I'm not talking about just the Democrats. Folks, if there are Republicans listening, I'm talking to you as well. And if there are Greens listening and the Green Party doesn't embrace economic truth and other things, I'm talking to you as well. Demand that your party tell you the truth. Demand that your politicians tell you the truth. Demand it. Don't take anything less. It is that sellout strategy. It's the progressive give-up strategy where we fall prey to the cult of personality and we fall prey to party loyalty and party identity, that we stop thinking and we stop being useful to this movement. We stop being useful to each other because we're more in the business of protecting something that doesn't have our best interest. The Democratic Party proved in spades that it's a corporation. It's big corp. And it doesn't have to play by our rules. It doesn't have to care about your donations. You know how they talk about your fucking tax dollar? Fuck my tax dollar. My tax dollar was deleted. But my donation dollars, that's a different story altogether, isn't it? Your donation dollars were purged. They weren't done. Nothing was done with that shit. They had it rigged from the start. That right there, that is what you need to be focused on. The fact that that one party decided that it was going to do what it was going to do, and it didn't make a fuck difference whether you liked it or not. That right there, my friends, is what we never, ever want to see happen again. And even if it's within their private corporation's rules to be able to fuck over donors and fuck over voters and fuck over the country, we don't have to be loyal to that. We, as a team, as a unit, as human beings, as citizens, as parents, as brothers and sisters, whatever, we don't have to be loyal to this. We can be loyal to one another and put America first. Put us first. Put our children first. Put our planet first. Put our future first. So I'm telling you right now, we're not going away. We're going to continue to tell the truth, even if it makes us lose subscribers. I don't fucking care. What I care about is getting the people that want the information, the truth, and those people taking that truth and taking it and activating on it, making shit happen. I am not going to tickle your ear with love whispers to make you feel good. I'm only going to deal in truth. And that's the deal. I'm Steve Grumbine with Real Progressives, thanking every one of you for joining us and working with us, volunteering. Many of you have volunteered. Many. I'm thankful. Thank you so much for those of you who are monthly donors, who have helped us get to these events, who have helped us get our internet together, who have helped us get our videotaping platforms together. Thank you, every one of you who have contributed in any way, shape, or form. Those of you who give me information in Instant Messenger. Those of you who sit there and volunteer to help us out with events. Those of you who actually do the interviews. Folks, all these big names that come here to let us interview them. Thank you for believing in us to get the truth out. Thank every one of you for believing in us and working with us and fighting for us. And folks, if you can help us, the Koch brothers are $100 million ahead of us. The Koch brothers are $100 million ahead of us. If we start these think tanks, these 501c3s, these abilities to help progressives fight against the parties that are betraying them, it's going to take money. It's going to take us recruiting even better talent, even more talent, people with degrees, people that have the ability to talk at the level that we need to talk to affect change. And then we need to be able to help the people in the streets get their message out too. Folks, we need your help. And I want to thank you because there's many of you out there who are monthly donors, and I really want to thank you so much. It means the world to me. We couldn't do half of what we do without you. So my promise to you, people who have thought enough of us to donate, I want to tell you we will not change. We will keep bringing it strong, and we will keep bringing on the people that can help give you information to change this fucking world. I'm Steve Grumbine with Real Progressives. Have a great night, everybody, and thank you again for supporting us and being a part of our family. Good night, all.